Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, I don't like these glasses. What do you think? Welcome. Let's take them off. But yeah, it's a bit blurry and the lighting is a bit too much for my eyes. I can see, so it's okay. Anyway, so today I come to you bearing good news. So we are going to look at the cost of living, or let's say expenses in South Korea. So we've been here for February, March, April, May, June, 4 months. Been here for 4 months, and we've received our bill for the new apartment. We've lived in 3 apartments, so we've moved about 3 times. One of the times we lived for like a month in a hotel, so obviously we didn't pay any bills. But I'm gonna share a bit of how much it costed maybe on the previous apartments as compared to now. Now we live in a beautiful office style. It's literally very beautiful, guys. Yeah, some of us like a bit of clutter, so we need some help, guys. You guys must help us to sort this place out. But I think it's much better now, because yeah, we tried not to keep a lot of things. I feel like having a lot of things make you have clutter. Anyway, let's not get into clutter and decluttering thing. Today's topic is about bills. Because also we have an apartment back in South Africa, and I mean, like, it's so crazy the way like electricity is so expensive. Like in our current estate, it's based in Sandton. It's a 3 bedroom apartment. Obviously, we've been renting it out, and I mean, like, the tenants have been complaining electricity has gone so expensive. And even if worse, it's because we have like a smart meter, and there's like charges. There's just charges everywhere. So I want you guys, if you are still in South Africa, to basically see that it's literally so cheap. But if maybe you are living with your parents, yeah, if you are living with your parents, if you don't know how much they pay, rather ask them, so that when you come here, or you can compare when you watch this video. If you're living by yourself as well, you'll see that it's literally very cheap here in terms of bills. So when I say bills, in terms of electricity, water, Wi-Fi, and everything. So it will be really good if your house contract comes with Wi-Fi, because I feel like it works up a bit cheaper. And obviously the Wi-Fi package will depend on the area. I feel like the previous place, well, I don't know. I think we lived for about 2 months, and the Wi-Fi bill that came to me was about 20,000 won. So I'm suspecting it was about like 10,000 won a month, which wasn't bad. But I feel like the current place is less cheaper, and comparing the fact that it's literally very nice. So what I will do also, I'll take maybe a video of how our apartment looks like after this video, or maybe in a few days, so that you can literally see the kind of apartment that we have as compared to what we pay. Okay, I think I've given a bit of an introduction. So now let's get to it. So what happens, we get this yellow bill. This yellow bill, which is gas. I'm sure you can see we have 9,261, which is about 119 rand, 73 cents. I think this is very important for people that did accounting like me in high school, and the people that are very like, they literally like they're economica. My friends always call me economica. So this is the gas for June. So basically what happens is that you always get your bill, I think like around third week of each month. You kind of like get your bill for the month. So it's kind of like every 4 weeks. Yeah, every 4 weeks. So it's literally like, though the month hasn't ended, but this is like a bill from late May to June. Okay, so this was really cheap. I think this has been the cheapest ever since we arrived here. I think maybe because it's very hot now. So, well, I have been still showering with a bit of warm water, sometimes a bit hot depending on how the weather is. But my husband has been like literally using cold water, because I know white people are a bit warm, and yeah, it's just him. Yeah, he thinks you cannot shower with hot water at this time, or even if lukewarm. but from time to time I feel like it's a bit cold, you know. Okay, so that's gas. And the previous gas that we've been paying, the place that we lived for about a month, our second place where we moved to, was about 30,001. So it was triple. Okay, but I think because it was still cold and we're literally using like hot water, we only used maybe underfloor heating for like one day that was really cold, but maybe we turned it on for 30 minutes and we thought it wasn't working. And it was a 2-bedroom apartment, and yeah, we thought it's really not working, so we ended up just staying in bed. Okay, we are done with gas. So gas is still very cheap, because if it was about 30,001, so that's like 300 rand. So I'm suspecting around winter we could be paying around 30,000 to 50 or 60,000 won, depending on how often we'll use the underfloor heating. But since my husband will be home for most of the time, I don't know, maybe I must do another update of the bills in winter, because this is now summer. Okay, I know might be confusing because in South Africa it's currently winter. Okay, now we come to the big bill. This comes in a green. It's like usually a green one. But I made a copy because I kept the original one at school, because my boss pays for it. Well, some people say that you shouldn't allow your boss to pay for the bills because it's not ethical. But I don't really understand why is it unethical to do so, because I don't see anything illegal. But anyway, I'm still new in Korea, but I still get charged the correct amount of tax, just that my boss pays for everything, and then he just deducts, and I know exactly how much is deducting. So I haven't really asked why they say they are not allowed to do that. I don't see the reason why, because for me I think it's just convenient for them to pay for everything, you know. I don't have to do any admin to do that. The previous place I paid for everything myself except for gas. No, I had never paid by myself, because you know I moved. Yeah, I changed schools not as soon as I arrived, but 2 months after I arrived here I changed schools. So the current school pays, which I don't have a problem with it. The bills arrive to me, I just send it back to them. Like with this one, since I wanted to do this video, I decided to take a copy. In future I can just make a note of how much is it, and then I can compare with what they charge me. And I don't have any issues with my boss, because I know he's literally very kind and very honest. Okay, so now the first one, we have 5,000, not 5,000, 51,990. This is the general administration fee. Well, I didn't translate how much this is in won, but I'm suspecting this, it's about I don't know if it's about 500 rand. I think this is the biggest amount. Yeah, I think this is about 500 rand. Yeah, this is about 500 rand. The admin itself. So the admin, it's a big portion of the bill, because I mean there's people that work here, you know, they need to make sure everything is in order. So that's what we paid. I'm sorry I didn't translate these amounts into rand. Maybe I must just make a bit of note when up here for you. But it's 51,990 Korean won. And we have cleaning fee obviously, because I live in a like office tall. There's like corridors that needs to be cleaned, there's like elevators that needs to be cleaned. That is 12,310 rand. Why am I saying rand? Oh my gosh, not rand. Let me breathe. It's won, guys. Okay, if I say rand, please forgive me. Okay, okay, 12,310 Korean wons. Woo. Oh my gosh. Okay, next one is elevator maintenance. So it's like 980 Korean wons. Because I guess from time to time they need to make sure it's working, and it's quite easy. We don't have to worry about our groceries. Some of us, you know, it's easier. I remember back in South Africa, we lived in a first floor. We had to climb 2 stairs. That was like a nightmare. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that, which is cool. Previous apartments, well, the first one, yeah, we had to climb like 4 of them. 4 stairs. It was like bad. And then the other one, we were in the basement level, so we didn't have to worry about free exercising. But it was good for us because we had to exercise. Anyway, and then we have building insurance, which is 580 Korean won. And these other amounts, I decided not to tell you everything, but I also took a screenshot of this bill, which I'll just put it here for you guys to kind of like see. You might just take a screenshot or zoom in to just see everything. There's like some other small fees that I thought it's not worth mentioning. Some I think it's like infection control, because from time to time they need to come and spray, you know, as the season changes, maybe mosquitoes and whatnot. And then the other one, we have long-term building maintenance. I think maybe if a tile cracks and whatnot, maybe every month we have to pay for that, because their landlords, they don't pay for that. But as in South Africa, I know, I mean, I own a property in South Africa. You have to pay for the levies and whatnot, unless if you drop your rental fee and then the tenant has to pay for that. But I feel like in South Africa it's not gonna work, because people are just gonna live in your apartment and not pay. So it's always best for the owner of the apartment to pay for everything, and the person just pays one fee, which is rent, and obviously electricity and water. And then we have, I think this one is water. I don't know why I didn't translate this one, but from my memory, I think this is water. Yeah, I think this is water. This 2,460. Oh, it was this 3,050 Korean won between the two. But I thought also it wasn't really worth mentioning because it's literally very cheap. So water is literally very cheap. Though I feel like when we shower we use a lot of water, but it's literally very cheap. It's under 5,001. That's like nothing. You can't even get like a drink for like 5,001 from Starbucks. I mean, the cheapest I had today was 5.71. And then we have electricity. Our electricity came to 10,001, guys. That was amazing. 10,001, 160. That was really cheap. And then we also have communal electricity, because obviously the corridors and whatnot needs to have electricity. So we got charged 3,540. And then we have we also have like some small amounts that I didn't mention. They are not really important. Then another big one, then not really big, but another one or very important one will be your Wi-Fi. So we have fiber here. It's 8,701. Literally, that's extremely very cheap. That's less than our gas. That's let's say around 100 rand for unlimited Wi-Fi, guys. That's like so crazy, because I mean, we are with Web Africa in our apartment in South Africa, and with Web Africa we pay about 650 for 35 by 35, and then if you downgrade for those, you know, those hard months, you pay 550 for like, I can't remember the speed, but it's literally very low. But you don't really feel that it's very low because it's fiber. It's a bit strong. And yeah, guys, I think that's more or less. But you can see it's a long bill with like lots of small fees, or charges. So I kind of like made a translation. So here I'll put for you the English translated version from Papago. The translation is not the best, but you kind of like understand what's what. So yeah, in total, this bill came to 109,400 Korean won. And I've literally realized that also when we arrived, the previous teacher kind of like paid the same amount, and for about a month he wasn't here. So I don't know why. Maybe because like the electricity is not that expensive, and whether you stay here or not, you still have to pay for Wi-Fi. Yeah, because I think his was like 100. I think it was like 100 Korean won, So meaning that maybe he didn't pay for much electricity, you know. Yeah, so this amounts to 1,414 rand, 47 cents. That's the whole bill, this single bill. And when we add with this bill, then we get 1,534 rand, 20 cents, guys. Who pays that in South Africa? My mom lives like in a location. She was just complaining about electricity, that like sometimes 500 rand doesn't last for 2 weeks. On those good days, it lasts for 2 weeks. So if it lasts for 2 weeks, electricity will be like 1,000 electricity alone. And I don't know, you just get to decide, considering the fact that here, I don't know, guys, it's still a big geyser. It's not like a small geyser, but I think because it's gas geyser, I just don't know why it's cheap. That's why I'm confused. For me, this is cheap, okay? For me, this is cheap, considering the fact that I lived in Howick, that was very cheap in KZN, and then I lived in Sandton. And I hear people, not just in Sandton, people in Johannesburg, the rest of Johannesburg, people in rural areas, they are complaining about electricity. That's why people are bridging, because it's so crazy. Electricity is so expensive alone, because this bill that we just paid, some families don't even make it for electricity a month. I personally know my father-in-law was paying around 2.5 to 3,000 rands in KZN with the electricity from municipality, and they still needed to pay for rates and taxes and whatnot. For me, this is cheap, guys. So I think when it comes to your salary, I think you can easily see that you will make it. So in winter, we are expecting maybe to pay between 2,000 and 2.5, because then the gas bill will go high. Is it gas or electricity? Underfloor heating uses electricity, right? If I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I think it uses electricity. It's not gas. But if it's gas, it doesn't matter, because you have to pay at the end of the day. So yeah, guys, I thought I should share this. And another thing that I just want to add here, which I think is very important, is the fact that people are getting misguided about like how much should they accept for salaries. I just read a Facebook page. Not a Facebook page. I read a message from a Facebook page today, and when I saw it, I was like, nah. I think people don't realize that, yes, I understand some people came to Korea many years ago. Some people came to Korea before COVID. Maybe they got paid well. And I remember when I personally went to China in 2018, not for teaching, I know they were literally getting paid high salaries. Things have changed. COVID has changed a lot of things. And I've even seen with my personal business, because I ran a business, COVID just killed everything. So things have changed. Salaries are very low. Even if in South Africa, if let's say you were on a senior position and you leave, and they need to hire a new person, and obviously over the years you got like a bit of a salary, your original salary goes back to the original kind of salary that you had 5 years ago, which is unfair, I understand, but we need to be realistic and look at the market. So I've had someone was saying, no, you shouldn't take a salary less than 2.5 Korean won, because that person was asking for an advice and they have no experience. I'm sorry, I think it's gonna be tough. If you get 2.5 without experience, maybe the Lord really loves you too much, or it could mean that you work like a slave, or it could mean the school they're literally struggling to get people to stay or hire, because maybe they're blacklisted, maybe teachers don't stay much. So I'm just saying that I think you just have to be realistic. If you don't have any experience and you get a nice school, obviously before you accept the job offer, you need to obviously ask people about the school. If they say it's like a nice school and you have no experience, you get your 2.3, 2.2, I'll say accept it. If you get 2.2, try to negotiate. If they say no, accept it. More especially if you're not working, more especially if you're just a graduate, okay? I'm saying this from someone who has been working in South Africa, from someone who left South Africa from a good paying job to come here. So I'm not jealous or anything. Literally coming to South Korea for me was a salary cut, but I'm still happy. So it literally shows you that money is not everything, and at the end of the day, I think you can be in a country that pays you a lot, but if the cost of living are quite high, you'll end up not saving. So for me, just to share a little bit story, I was getting a package without free housing. I was getting a package without any medical aid. So I had to pay my own medical aid, which was 1.8, including gap cover was just a little bit over 2,000 rands. I'm not even including my husband on that. So I think coming to Korea, in Korea or Asia, let me just not say Korea, I think coming to Asia, if you are getting free housing, it's a big thing. It's literally a big thing, because we had to pay for our bond, which was almost 12,000 rand. So you are literally, let's say, as much as I took a salary cut, I don't have to pay 12,000 rand. Though on top of that, I still needed to pay for levies and the municipality levies and rates, But now, since I get to rent it out, as much as I still have to pay a little bit of fee every month, someone is helping me to pay the bond. So all I'm trying to say is that just be real to yourself, and don't always listen to people say, oh, food is so expensive in Korea. Yes, food is expensive everywhere. Tell me, do you think food is cheap in South Africa? So you know what, it's worth it if you are earning 15,000 rand, even if when you're earning 30,000 rand, even if when you're earning 40,000 rand. I personally think it's worth it to come here if you really love teaching, because the tax man in South Africa doesn't play here. 40,000 rand, it's nothing. I'm talking from experience, because I once got that pay. The tax man will come with your 40,000 pay and almost takes you 10k. So yeah, the tax is quite low. My current tax, it's 1.3% of my salary. My current employer pays 50% of the health insurance, okay, and also pay for my husband, because my husband here came under the F3, which is the dependent visa. He's currently not working, so you can come with your husband. If your husband ends up maybe getting a bit of a side job online, I think it should be fine, because they are not allowed to work in South Korea if they have F3 visa, because they are literally not allowed to even work like in a restaurant, because those jobs are for Korean nationals. That's what I like about this country. They think about their people first. In South Africa, you get Nigerians, you get Zim people without proper papers to work there. They're just taking all the jobs, and our people are not employed. And I'm not trying to be racist. I believe that everyone needs to be in each country legally. It just makes things easier. It just makes things fair, because I feel like the way our country, South Africa, is doing things, it's unfair to our people, But anyway, I'm not here for politics. I was just sharing my side view, just a bit of side notes, But anyway, guys, let me know what you think. This is just my personal advice. It's up to you what you want to decide. I'm just giving you my experience in terms of the cost of living, the bills, because I was paying bills. I'm also giving you a bit of experience in terms of what kind of a salary you should accept, because I wasn't unemployed in South Africa. I was getting paid very well. But at the end of the day, the tax man is the most killer. And also, depending on where you are living, obviously, if you go to Sandton and Johannesburg and other parts of Johannesburg, they'll pay you more, because they know that rent doesn't kill. So either you are renting or either you own a property, you're gonna be paying a lot of money. So anyway, so also with me, I had a bit of teaching experience, tutoring for, let's say, 2 years. In university, I tutored for 2 years, and then lecturing, it was on and off, you know, those as a guest lecturing there and there. And then I volunteered for almost 2 years Sunday school. As much as they don't really count it as experience, I dealt with children. I got to see how irritating they can be, as much as we love them, but kids are irritating, and some, they need so much attention, and you need to keep on talking to them, and you get tired. So I got 2.4 million one. And then there is someone without experience, and then people are saying that you shouldn't accept anything less than 2.4. I'm saying that, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying that from experience, I've met people that were, even if way experienced than me, that literally came after me. They were offered 2.4 Korean won, and I thought it was unfair, because those people were like literally teachers. They have like a teaching degree, 4 years teaching degree. They literally understand teaching better than I did. They got offered 2.4 Korean won. Some of them were even if white. And obviously I say white because, you know, Korean prefer white people. There's nothing we can do about it, and it doesn't mean that they will not hire like black people. At my current school, one of the factors, when I kind of like tried to investigate, they said they thought it would be good to also have a black person, because the kids have never had experience with a black person. But also I was qualified, guys, so it's not just I got hired because I was like black. They also loved my perspective. They loved me. They liked me when they interviewed me. So anyway, guys, me, I can talk, guys. Literally, it's like I need notes to say. Don't say this, say this. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe, like, share it with a friend, a friend who thinks my video is good. No, a friend who will find this video useful. Oh guys, English is tough. We get to teach English, but we are failing. Okay, bye bye guys. Before you judge my English, bye.